Oh yeah, there was a story, so it must have been true.
Well, they got to take one thing, the astronauts, because
Did
of
they?
weight restrictions. They can only take so much, one personal thing or whatever. And the thing that this one astronaut chose was a club and a ball so that he could hit it on the moon.
And you believe that?
Pretty damn cool, if you ask me.
Yeah, I actually had to sneak it on.
And you believe that?
That's what you call based, right there.
It's the opposite. So
Well,
you're
I
a big
think golf
fan
is a
of
pretty shitty
government
game, but
stories?
I'm telling you what, if I was a rock star and I could do the first, how do you say, song from the moon? I'd play the first song from the moon, dude.
Would you play the "I'm Delusional" anthem?
I'd have my
Going
little
to the
pig
moon,
nose
boy.
amp and I'd just let her rip,
This is
baby.
like Santa Claus for adults. You realize that?
Hey, Google, is there an atmosphere on the moon so you could hear a song on the radio?
Listen to these guys. They're insane.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Yeah, even Google doesn't know what
Hey,
the
Google,
fucking crazy
can you
person
hear
is
Google's
noises
talking
like,
about.
when you're standing on the
Dude,
moon?
you're retarded.
Sorry,
Google's
I
like,
didn't understand.
I think
searching mental
I don't.
health
I think you need
helplines.
an atmosphere of air for the noise
I
to
think you need
travel.
a
So
psychiatrist,
in
Fred.
space, there's no noise. You know that, right?
I think you need a psychiatrist.
There's no
Yeah,
noise in space. You got
outer
to
space.
bang. What's the bang going to travel through if there's no air pressure? Ding dong.
Your imagination.
It just flies right past you. You never hear it. It never wiggles your ears.
Yo, there's no noise in Narnia either. Did you know that?
You guys are so not science minded. You just got this conspiracy mindset. Everybody's out to get
You
you.
are the most illogical
Oh yeah, bro. You were
person
really
I've ever
scientific.
heard
They
come in
lied
here.
to you.
You gotta believe.
Your science was the government. The government took money from me for the Canada arm. Therefore, it must be true, Dirk.
Well, yeah, there's a paper trail. That's exactly right.
Oh really? Who audited NASA?
Yeah, you think every paper trail is just a picture made in Hollywood, which is
Who
quite
audited the paper
quite
trail?
hilarious. You think all paper
Who's
trails are
audited them?
movies in Hollywood? Hollywood movies. That's what a
Who's
paper trail is.
audited them? Has anyone audited them?
Of course we can. It would cost money, but we could do it, and we can.
So who-
Why don't we
so
do
who-
better? Why don't we do better and look at the
Dude,
models?
are you
who's done it?
listening? Cyclone specifically
done it?
asked you who has audited them, and you said, "Of course we can." What
Why
the
don't
heck,
so?
dude?
So
Are
you're
you
telling
listening,
me you're
bro?
telling me that how I'm still wondering how the ISS can orbit the Earth if the Earth's flat. I'm still
Bro, are you
scratching my
listening?
head on that.
Big deflection.
No, I'm waiting for that answer. I thought somebody was
So no
going
one's
to come back
audited
with it.
this paper trail you speak of?
We can audit it.
We
It's
can,
called
but no one has.
yes, it's people. It's called the right for
So
information.
no
All that
one's done
shit.
it. So no
Yes,
one's done it.
1,000 days. We got 1,000 days to do whatever you want.
So no one's audited them.
We can. Do you want to?
Well, why has no one done it so far?
I'm sure they do. They write all kinds of people. You're just not aware of it because you don't know Jimmy who
Okay.
called them and did
I'm
it.
unaware. Okay, who's done it? Who's claiming to have done it?
Anybody in the public can get the right for information.
Name one person
They
who
have
claimed.
they have their own auditors. By the way, you could go and look this up.
Okay. So when did they get audited last?
Whenever they wanted to. When did your high school get audited
So they
last for
haven't.
supplies?
So
Okay.
they haven't. So you don't know anything about a paper trail.
Everybody has to account for what they're doing.
So
It's
this
called
paper
managers.
trail you speak of is just in your imagination
Managers.
again.
So tell me how. Now I answered your question. Now how does the ISS stay up in the air if it's not in orbit falling with the way we know it does in science class?
Science class.
Yeah, like I can go out and I can
Okay,
see the
demonstrate
ISS.
an orbit for us in the lab since you did it in science class.
Well, it can be modeled like it's almost
Well,
like you think everything.
You can make up a
It's
model.
almost like you think everything should fit in the palm of your hand. That's pretty arrogant of you, don't you think?
It's almost like everything you're claiming is from your imagination and things you've seen on TV.
No,
That's what's strange, don't you
I'm
think?
saying we can put an effort in and find out. You're just ignoring me because
Yeah,
you're being
we
an
already
idiot.
have. It's what you haven't done yet.
No, it's going to take time. Things that are complicated take time, right?
It does. It does. We're telling you that because we've done it. You haven't.
I think there actually has. I've actually heard that there has been flat Earth experiments done, and you guys just deny that you say they're corrupt, or you say it was bent glass or whatever. So
Cool
it's like you can't
story,
limit you guys
though.
anyway.
Cool
Just
story,
send you
though.
up to. I say the only answer is to get you guys all together in one pile, like the Christians, and say now we're going to go look for Jesus.
Oh, now you're
And we
true
can't look, and but we
comforter.
can't look
It's
for Jesus,
religious
but we
for you.
can
He's an
send
angry
you up into
atheist.
space. We could
Another
raise the money to
angry
send your ass
atheist.
into space. Go find
Desperate
your
to
leader.
cling
Go
to
find your
space.
leader, and we'll send them into space.
Another angry atheist desperate to cling to
No.
space.
Do you have a leader, or are you just going to sit there and flip flop? Because we can raise the money, send your leader into space, and get this over with. You know what I'm saying?
What
We
is
could
it about
audit
religion
We could
that
audit
upsets you so much?
this. We could look at
Is it
the
the
space
fact
junk
that you might
database.
be
Do you
exposed?
realize you can download the data for the space junk? And it's not
Oh,
in
really?
flat
Can we
D,
send it?
and it's
Does
not
that
in
make it
flat
real?
D, buddy. It's not in flat
That must
D.
make it real.
Can we
That makes
send
it
this
real now.
mythological?
Oh my gosh, I can
So
download it.
people go out and build databases just to hide the fact that they're stealing money so they can play space
Can I
games.
ask you a
You're ridiculous.
question
No,
real
bro.
quick?
The government would never
Can
lie
we?
to you, angels. Don't be silly.
They're playing
You could
I
ask
just
the
want to know,
government
can we take this mythological leader of flat Earth and put them in the same rocket with the, I guess, the leader of the globe? There must be one of those, right? As you said, there's a leader of. You may
Yeah,
as well put
they're
those two
actually
together and send them back up, huh? Who's king of the
the
globe?
manager of DARPA would probably be one of those guys. No, DARPA.
Manager of DARPA is the King Glober. What's his name?
No. The manager of NASA, the guy at
The
DARPA.
manager of NASA.
He's got something to do with it. Yeah, because there is something called war, and they do build technology.
Isn't the director of NASA a Christian?
Do you think the ISS isn't used for surveilling the Earth?
Did you
Do
know
you
that
think
the
that it's
director
just?
of NASA is a
Don't you know the
Christian?
ISS is almost like a god in the sky helping cause peace on Earth?
Does it annoy you that your NASA is ran by a Christian?
Every 90 minutes, that thing cycles the Earth. Now tell me your
So funny.
numbers, because I've got
So
maps.
funny.
I can actually watch the thing come around.
Angels,
I've
what's
watched
the
it come
claimed
around twice.
radius
When
of
it
the
comes down,
globe?
when it comes around, you can see it sometimes twice
Yeah,
if
well,
you're lucky.
bro, we can demonstrate quantum locking, so I don't understand what your problem is here with
Quantum
this.
locking?
And
No,
now
that thing's got no. Excuse me,
it's
they
a
didn't build quantum
surveillance.
locking.
When you say it's a
Excuse me.
surveillance, no, sir, you put a claim on the table saying it's a
What's that?
surveillance system
Of course it
creating
is. It's a
peace
science.
around the world.
It has an effect of creating peace. That's not
Please
its
give
main
me,
purpose. It's a
please give
science
me a
tool.
reason or a time when the ISS had created peace around the world because of its surveillance.
Well,
You
what
think
it's doing is
ISS created peace?
it's creating data. It's creating data, so people say, "Oh no, there's a sky daddy looking at us. We can't get away with that anymore. They're up in the
Well,
sky
America
Oh,
must
looking at
not
us."
have got the
And
memo
when
on
I
the
say
peace.
ISS, I mean sky surveillance.
so if I go out
China's
into the
trying to do that
world
with
today,
balloons, right?
I
Do you
go
know
out into
China's
the
doing it with China's doing it with balloons, right?
Stop
Canada
just
shot one
talking
down
through
there this
people,
year.
angels. Angels, stop just trying to talk through people in a panic because all of your points are falling flat. Pun intended. Wait for it to finish.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go out into the world today and ask people why they're behaving the way they are, and they're going to tell me because the ISS is watching me. Is that right? That's your claim.
I think you're being quite facetious.
Well, that's your claim.
No, my claim is
You
that
said the ISS is a sky daddy
things we do.
keeping
What
everyone
I'm
in
claiming.
line.
No. Look, Jimmy Jones. What I'm saying is when you do global projects that in circumference the Earth, yeah, it's something like the Olympics as well as a peacemaker.
What is the circumference of the Earth?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I can find out though.
Oh. Can
I
you?
can find out the
Please
weight of
do.
it too. We can find out
Please
the
do.
mass
And then
of
tell
it.
us
We can
how
find out
you
the
verify
mass.
that.
We can find out the circumference. We can even find out how much of its
Okay, so
atmosphere
what's
is
the
depleting.
circumference? Okay, so
How
what's
much
the
of the
circumference?
atmosphere is depleting? What
You're
about that?
funny, dude. We can tell you the.
What's the circumference?
How much atmosphere is depleting and how is it
Why are you
replenishing?
trying to ask me a question now?
Tell me about
What?
the ozone effect. What about the ozone
Why are
effect
you
and
trying
all
to ask
that?
me a
You're not a
question?
scientist. You wouldn't understand.
Come on. You said there's the circumference, the weight. I'm asking you, what's the circumference?
Hey Google, what's the circumference of the Earth? This idiot doesn't know how to use Google.
I found a Google Help Center article called Measure Distance and Elevation. I sent it in a notification to your phone.
Oh Jesus, we got a science project.
Wow, yep, no one's helping you out here, Angels. Quick, figure it out. It's your whole claim.
You do realize you don't fall out of your mother knowing all the answers, don't you?
Would it be a science project or a geometry
You do
project?
realize you don't fall out knowing all the answers, right? You do
Hang on,
ask
Angels.
people.
You're You're in here arguing for a ball Earth of a certain size. I'm asking you what the size is, and you don't know.
It's whatever size it is. What size
How
is
do
your
you know
mother?
it's? How do you
What
know it's a
size is your
ball of a
mother?
certain size?
Okay.
Oh wow, that's what you're going to resort to?
Well, I
Because you
just
don't know
said
the
you don't
size
fall
of
out
the
of your
ball you're
mother
trying to
knowing
argue,
everything. You don't fall out of your
and
mother
you
knowing
can't
everything.
even Google.
It doesn't matter what
It's
size the Earth
taking
is,
you
does it?
It's taking you how long just to Google this simple question, Angels, of your own belief that you think you believe in, that you don't actually understand on a fundamental level?
Quantum
Come
what?
on.
What was it?
You wouldn't
Quantum?
know if it matters or not.
How'd you
For the
say that?
scientists.
How'd you say
Yeah, how are
that
you going to
it
know if it's
actually? How'd you
true
say
if
that
you don't know what it
How'd you say?
is?
How'd you say the ISS orbits through quantum what?
Oh, are you
Quantum.
terrified, dude? You're
No, I
obfuscated
want to
enough
look. I
now?
want to look up
Dude,
the
it's
theory of
embarrassing.
how.
That your behavior is embarrassing, bro. You're
I
embarrassing
don't know
yourself
why you're
right now
concerned
because you
trolling me.
can't
Don't
even
look it up.
Why
answer
are
the
you concerned
question
trolling me,
of
dude?
what the circumference of your globe is, bro. So if you obfuscate one more time away from that question, just know we will note you are the most embarrassing person we ever talked to, and we'll just leave you on mute.
Yeah, come on,
Right
Angels.
down.
What's the circumference?
Go ask your science teacher. You obviously failed science.
Okay,
So you
he's
don't know.
obfuscated.
Yeah, rip. Oh well, maybe you can come back when you know the basics of the globe that you're trying to argue for, Angels.
I think you failed
Maybe that
science
would
too,
be
by
good.
the sound of it.
He even failed to ask Google to give him the answer, and then spiraled again. It was like, I've sent you some stuff to go and figure out, dum dum, and he's like, ah, just tell me the answer. Poor Angels. He's like, this is just what the Christians are like. Angry atheist.
It's funny
Calm
too
down.
because I think it was giving him like a math equation to figure it out for himself, and he's like, "Look, now it's a new science experiment."
Yeah, now I've got to go and do science. Damn it. Oh, Angels. Rip. What, does anyone else want to talk to him? I'm not going to bother, but I'm going to go on
How
mute
come
for
he
a bit.
didn't get angry at Google?
Yeah. You should.
I still want to know who the king of the globe Earth is, since there's some kind of leader for flat Earth. There must be a king of the globe.
If his response is like, "I don't know the circumference, I'm not a scientist," what does he think looking anything up is going to help? He's not going to understand it anyway.
Isn't it funny they say that they know the weight of the Earth, but they're like, we can't get to the depths of the ocean. We can't get to the bottom of some of these springs, but we know the weight of this entire thing, even though we haven't checked it all out.
All right, Angels, you can continue to embarrass yourself if you like. Since there's no other globies in.
True that.
Hey,
I
Google,
mean, you're
could you
making
repeat
more
that?
flat earthers than any of us could for sure.
Sure.
So
The mass
keep
of
on
Earth
going,
is
bro.
5.97 times 10 to the 24 kilograms.
I'm sorry, I didn't think you guys missed that. That's the weight of the Earth right there. Mass, sorry, the mass. Weight is different.
Do you know the circumference yet?
I don't. I'm not actually that interested.
How come
I
you
do
can't
know
figure
that
that
the
out?
ISS. Well, let's see. Hey Google, how high does the ISS orbit the Earth?
Not the
Approximately
circumference.
256 miles.
250 miles.
Yeah, we already
Hey
know
Google,
this about
stop.
your religion.
Hey Google, stop.
Yo, don't
Hey
you think
Google.
it's weird that we have all the answers to these questions and you
The
don't?
circumference of Earth is 40,075 kilometers.
Wow.
Why don't you
What's the
ask it
speed of
if
the
it's
ISS?
possible to
I do
see
know the
a
speed of the
9-mile
ISS.
horizon?
The speed of the ISS is around 17,000 kilometers.
Why don't you
Alright,
ask?
so
Why
who's
don't you ask your Google? Ask your Google if it's possible to see a 9-mile horizon from 1 foot. Make it
Hey
10 miles.
Google, why do the flat earthers think that the curve can't be measured?
Apologies. I don't understand.
You're scared
me
to ask
neither.
it?
Me neither.
He's scared,
I
bro.
wonder if I
So who
asked you
measured
another
that
question.
circumference?
Hey Google, why do the flat earthers have such confidence in their theory?
My
Yo,
apologies.
this
No,
Google
I
it-
couldn't
it
Earther,
works.
It
dude.
won't go. It won't go near that. Like go near Hitler.
Yeah,
So
Angel,
insecure.
you're
Hey
a Google
Google,
Earther. How does it
define what a
feel?
flat
How does
earther
it
is.
feel to be in a faith-based religion where you need a third
According to
party to
Wikipedia,
interpret
Flat Earth is an
reality to
archaic
you, huh? What's that like? Is that like Christianity but with less evidence?
ancient Near Eastern cosmology. The model has undergone a recent resurgence as a conspiracy theory.
There you go. Recent resurgence as a
So,
conspiracy.
so who measured that circumference that you just said?
Eratosthenes, I think, was one of the first, wasn't he?
How did he do that?
Well, he made a model, and then he made an experiment, and then he carefully repeated it and checked his numbers. And lo and behold, it checks out with more scientific evidence that we have today. With people with enough money to measure it, not you in your backyard there, Jimmy John.
What did he do? What did he do exactly?
Eratosthenes?
Yeah.
Everybody knows what
What did he measure?
Eratosthenes did. He was
What did he measure?
measuring the difference in the angles of the chateaus.
Shadows.
Yes.
So not the Earth.
Yeah, not Earth curvature.
It's a relative
Damn.
system. Like, for example, if you put your hand in front of a flashlight and it shines a shadow on the wall, you don't say your hand doesn't exist just because it's a shadow on the wall, right?
Right, but he's
Next
not
time I go to
measuring
buy
it.
shoes, I'm just going to take a picture of my foot's shadow.
Well, no, the
Not
thing
gonna
is,
take my foot.
you can draw the model. I've seen the model flat, where the Earth's flat, and this weird. I still don't get how they orbit the sun, like how that works. No one's ever given me the physics of how possibly
Oh, so you
the
already
sun
know
could
that it
orbit
works
above the
flat
Earth.
Earth
Like
as
that's
well?
weird as hell.
So he
Physicist,
didn't measure the
Lemonberg, he used to tell me the
circumference.
sun was 800 miles above the Earth.
So he didn't measure the circumference then.
What do you think he did? Got like a measuring tape out and just went like around the Earth?
Well,
and
no,
measured
you
it?
said he measured some shadows.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He
Right,
took
so
two
not
different cities far apart. He took two cities far apart, and I believe when he had it timed so the sun was over top of each one, and he timed the different distance between them, and then he could tell the rotation and the distance and all that shit from that.
very cool. So who
But he
measured
has
the
to assume
circumference?
in this model, you have to assume the sun is a
You
stationary
have to
item in
assume
the Earth's
that it's a
journey.
globe. You have to assume it's a
Right,
globe.
and when you do that, the numbers check out, just like
Right.
DNA checks out today. When who was
they
it?
can do that with a flat Earth too.
The guy
So
who did
who measured the
the
circumference
species
then?
book there, the guy who did the
Okay,
species book. And all the
so then we're
Christians say that
agreed.
evolution isn't true. You guys are like people saying evolution
Okay,
isn't
so
true.
when I asked who measured the circumference and you said Eratosthenes, now you're saying no, he didn't measure the circumference. So who did measure the circumference?
No, he calculated it. Nobody's measured it.
Right.
Nobody's got a tape measure.
Nobody's measured it.
Nobody's measured it the way you want to do it, all winky wonky donkey.
So has anyone
Winky
actually
wonky
measured
donkey
the
measurements?
surface of
Nobody's
Earth?
done your winky wonky. Nobody's done your winky wonky donkey measurement.
Oh, you mean
No.
actual measurement? Oh, right. Okay.
No
I
one's
see.
No.
Actual
The actual
Yeah.
measurement's been done. The actual measurement you
Oh,
want
who
hasn't
did the
been done
actual
because it can't
measurement?
be done.
Who
Yeah,
did the actual
right.
measurement?
Well, you go tell me. You should be the experts in this, not me.
No, it's your claim. You just said they've done the actual measurement. Who was that?
It's not my claim. It's the standard model of the
All
Earth,
right, so
dude.
you don't claim anyone's measured it.
I'm going with the standard. You guys are going against the standard. You have to
What
show
is
me
the
the different
standard?
model.
Who measured
You
it in
guys,
the standard?
look, as far as I can collect so far, you guys have never offered anything other than poking your finger.
You just want to believe.
Yeah.
So no one
You
measured
get
it.
to believe, but we have to prove, right?
It's
You
your
don't
claim.
have to prove.
It's your
You just
claim
get to
of
believe.
conspiracy, right? It's your
Of
claim.
those
How can you be
standards, man.
skeptical about your globe?
Look,
Crazy.
yeah, when I spent money on the ISS space arm and there's data for space junk, yeah, you got the proof, dude.
Yeah, you bet it. When you get money
it's
taken
called
away from you by the
counter evidence.
government,
I need counter
that it's
evidence.
true.
And your counter
Yeah,
evidence,
well, you've got the proof.
why is
They
it that
took
the
your
government's
money.
doing
What
this
more
again?
proof do you need? What more proof do you need? They took your money.
Excuse me. This is the ultimate flat earther question.
What's
What's the
the
purpose of all
proof?
of this? Why is the government or whoever doing all this conspiracy? What have they
No,
got to
the
gain?
government would never lie to you. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying what do they got to gain in this
No,
instance?
they
Oh,
wouldn't.
so you're
You're
admitting
suggesting they would lie.
Of
You're
course, of
admitting, you're conceding to the point that it is
well, it's not
possible.
that.
Huh?
Did you call it
Okay, so
lies
you're
or you call it
admitting it's
national
possible
secrets?
the Earth is flat, and now you want to know
No,
why
I'm
they would
not saying
lie
it's flat.
about that,
I'm
right?
not saying it's possible the Earth is flat in 2024, dude. I've got a science degree. Thank you.
A science degree.
Yeah.
Wow. And they didn't
Science and
tell you
engineering.
anyone. So are they the ones that told you no one's ever measured the Earth being a ball of a certain size?
Look, you guys need to learn something called humility. That's what Christians need to learn a little
think
bit
you
too.
do.
It's ironic
I
is
think
that
you do.
I don't. I'm not
You're
making
the
these
one
wild
claiming
claims.
the circumference of Earth. You claim to have this knowledge. That's not humble. You don't have that knowledge. You don't even know who did or who measured it.
No, no. I'm not claiming it. There's
You're
systems out. No.
prideful.
Excuse me. There's systems out there right now running, claiming it. You're claiming that they're not. You have to show they're not. Don't look at me to do it.
You already agreed that no one's measured it. So it's
I said
over.
nobody's measured it your winky wonky
Imagination.
donkey way. Nobody's measured with a tape measure the way you're talking. If
You
you're
just said
talking
they
about
checked
using
the shadows and
calculations, yeah, they've measured it. They have to
you just
measure
said
it.
you just said they calculated it based on shadows and assuming a globe.
Well, there's probably been a lot better measurements since then,
Probably.
but that was enough to get a
Probably
rough
not.
number. That was enough to get a
Probably
rough
not.
number for that model, and that model is checked out. You haven't
And did
offered
someone
another model.
verify it but no one verified it with a measurement.
The model checks out. I don't see you guys proposing a model that
How do you
checks
know
out.
it checks out? You said no one's measured it. So how would you know it checks out?
No, excuse me. At first they thought that the sun went around the Earth, right? And then they said, "Oh wait, that
What would have
model
given them
doesn't
that
work."
idea?
Well, it would have been a
why they would have
religion
thought
and shit.
that.
Yeah,
No, it would have been
exactly.
just that they saw the sun moving.
No, that was ancient logic, and then so they did the orbits, and the orbits were all wonky.
We see the
Excuse
sun
me,
move.
I'm talking. I got something.
No, you're not. Ancient logic. They saw the sun move. They thought the sun moved. Crazy. You're bricked, Angels. Who's in here from the flat Earth side? Anyone want to talk to Angels?
Nah, we
I'm
all
gonna
set,
jump in a
bro.
meeting.
Yeah, we tried so many times with him
Yeah,
already.
right.
Yeah, it's pointless.
A true brick.
He even threatened us to that one night. He threatened us to lead us. So yeah.
Oh, was that guy?
Yeah, that was that guy.
Okay.
Maybe he had a different name that day. He changed his name and with a different profile pitch, but that's him. It's Angel.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well, he really held it together today by comparison. Then I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
By comparison, that was a good performance. They took my money. How could it be false? Yep. All right.
Yeah, that's his logic. So
Good catching up, boys. I'll maybe catch you in a wee bit. Peace.
Later, man.
yeah, later, bro. Good morning, guys. How we doing? What's up, Chris? Flat
What
Lloyd.
up? Doing well. Working hard.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, earlier I was in the car, bro. I was trying to yell because I couldn't hear because I was driving fast. Sorry. Yeah, we had a fun last night, well, morning. Yeah, for a while. A lot of Globies came in here. T-Dub was holding it down.
No.
Yeah. DJ was here, Root was here. Eight Aggressors here. Yeah, we had fun last night. We were laughing a lot. The Mark was here too.
Yeah, I'm still around. I'm in and out. I have to take care of. I have to do dad stuff and take care of things, but I'm around.
Nah.
All good, brother. Hey, this is the Mark. He'd be like, "Hey, get the side view."
How do you get the side view?
Yeah, the Mark is funny, bro.
I mean, it's like, how do you get the side view? So if you,
Yeah, I don't understand the logic. Like, what the hell are we gonna do to? What are we gonna do? Trying to go out of space to collect the space junks? Or are we just looking at software and a bunch of data is like, oh, here, this is the junks.
The last guy saying we have data on space junk, therefore it's real.
Yeah, bro, he got science degree, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
Dude,
Does that make me right?
exact. That's the same exact argument as we can track Santa Claus, during Christmas via satellites.
Exactly.
So, therefore, he's real too.
Yep.
it's, it's typical. Santa has super positioning abilities.
Yeah, he got very hostile that one night, bro. It was a few of us in here, and he was talking to Cyclone, but he had a different profile pic, and he just went crazy, bro. He got so mad, and he started threatening. I think he almost got banned that day.
Yo, I think that's a new argument, No Tanks. Like, in order to believe the globe model, you'd also have to concede that Santa Claus is real.
I mean, I think it was a good comparison for sure. I mean, that's why you're the man.
Asking Globers that lately. What would it take? What evidence would it take for you to believe in Santa Claus again?
You know, I mean, you guys probably know, but there's a lot of like weird shit with Santa Claus, like Satan, like Nick. Nick means the devil. What
Right.
else is there? Like a bunch of weird stuff.
Elves, workshops, red and white, all kinds of stories.
Oh, right. And then I think there's the I don't remember what civilization it was, but they used to sacrifice like one Christian Jew every December 25th to the god Saturn. It's just a bunch of weird stuff. And I always liked the guy. I always thought he was a jolly good fellow.
Yeah, we got one guy. Last night, I think his name he goes by BitDL. He came in here and tried to convince us, like, but he showed a bunch of like pictures and screenshot of um fish islands that show curvature, right? I called him out on it last night, and he also asked me, what would it take for me to believe in the ball again?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And that's what I tell
I
them. That's like asking me, what would it take to believe in Santa Claus again? You
right.
have to go to the North Pole? Would you have to shake his hand? Would you have to be like, hey, can we get in your sleigh and like, travel and like go all in one night? Is it magic?
Yeah, they're trying to show everything last night, trying to show DJ um like a bunch of just videos, like a little screenshot or whatever, over and over again, trying to convince us. I said, look, man, you still want to believe in the spinning ball? That's on you, bro. There's no evidence out there that the earth is a spinning ball. You can't convince me. I'm sorry. So he stay over here for a while. But at least it was being respectful.
I mean, there's things that could convince. Just don't know what they are. Like I mean, I always say it all the time. If I jump up in the air and continuously I'm in a different location, I might start giving it like giving it some credence.
I'd probably be like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be like millions of evidence, right? But they can't even give us one.
Yeah, if I saw like spheres, like just every forming, if I threw water into the air and it just sat in the air in its form of a sphere, I'd start wondering, like maybe this water that is on Earth is a sphere. Like if these things happened, I mean, these things I could be convinced it would just have everything would have to change, but that would convince me. If everything was changed, then I would I'd be down with it.
Usually tell them, of course, I would tell you the truth. If things were the way that they were, or if you sent me in a hypothetical rocket to space and you look down at Earth, what would you say? I'd be like, I'd tell you the truth. I mean, because they really do always want to jump into these hypotheticals, right? Like, how can you? They think that we don't understand, right? But I remember thinking and imagining floating above a ball Earth too, right? And how it would look, and of course, coming to a realization that I've never actually had that in real life. I've never been floating over a globe.
Mhm.
But with a vivid imagination, it was pretty easy as a kid. I mean, you saw Dragon Ball Z on TV. You're like, yeah, hair could do that. You could totally have your chi reach 9,000. I don't think people realize, especially if they already are very impressionable, they don't realize how impressionable they are. And the TV does an excellent job of making you identify with the characters that are on the screen, and in a way becoming the personality through sort of a social and psychological program. And then they just throw all kinds of things during that state. I don't know. It comes pretty easy. That was a great bomb defusal yesterday, No Tanks, with Brenda. Thought that was well done.
Oh, thank you. It's just another day. Well, I mean, Brenda, for whatever reason, is kind of chilling out, so that's good
Yeah, I've
for
noticed.
Brenda. Yeah. It seems like, I don't know if it's a Discord thing or whatever, but it seems like a lot of people are getting into like old philosophy. Like, have you ever heard Ozian and Witsit debate, or do you know who Ozian is?
Yes.
So he used to take on the flat Earth argument and just like any normal person using physical evidence and demonstration, etc. You can't even talk to that guy anymore. He's like, well, how do you know anything exists? Like, how do you know what you know? Like, what makes knowledge possible? Like, this is how he approaches the flat Earth discussion now. It seems like a lot of people are just, and he went too far. Like, it's fine to get, I'm getting into it too. I think it's super interesting and whatnot, but watching some people get like lost down that now. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm only bringing that up to say that Brenda's also getting into that. Maybe that helped Brenda.
Right. Yeah, I've been hearing about kind of a lot of the different spiritual things that are going on. As always, but specifically like the term soul trap, right? And just the many ancient religions and just ancient ideas. I don't know. I find history fascinating, but I also find it to be really a nothing burger, you know, and that's why I think I've always um, sort of pursued architecture, because it was this sort of objective thing, but at the same time could have been changed over time as well. But at least a little harder to change stone over written words.
Yeah, I heard you touching on that. I mean, that's why I like the flat Earth topic, because we can debate about philosophy, logic, all these other buildings, right? But I can test the Earth at any time. It's like at any time I can be like, all right, let's settle it now. Like, history
Exactly.
doesn't really, yeah. So I do like the topic for that reason.
You can reach a conclusion, and that's pretty awesome in
Right.
today's world. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's funny that actually some globies kind of rely on that you can't reach a conclusion. I think they kind of know that if they even say that out loud, oh yeah, what's the conclusion to this? Oh wait, it's that it's not a globe. So they'll do anything to, of course, avoid that conclusion. Any conclusion.
Yep. They'll just say, well, we just have strong evidence that supports this idea, but it can't be proven. Yeah, that's a shame. It's also not. It's not also not all of them. It's just part of the.
Right.
It's part of the philosophy of the globe that nothing is as it seems. You live in an illusion, and how is knowledge possible? Like, that's the whole theme of the globe. It was part of the Reformation, the part of the Renaissance. Uh, become free from things that are objective and live in this subjective illusion.
What happened?
I'm looking for a street sign. I'm getting lost.
In the world. We can
Yeah, say this summer.
this winter, during the fall, in the summertime, this spring, on a Friday, on the first Tuesday of the earliest, latest night you can ever be there for if you weren't there. When you're here, you're not here. Show up. It's the greatest Globe movie. It's so big, but it's little. It's over there, but it's right here.
Get a side view.
That was good.
Get a side view this front panel Thursday night from the forward position. A side view will be obtained. This movie will be watched from all angles.
It's over there, but it's
Check
right
out
here.
Sunday. Race between balloon and rocket.
Sunday. We have a race between a balloon and a rocket. The balloon will make it 10 foot in the air before the rocket will make it 8 inches in an elevation increase horizontally. We'll let the rocket go. The rocket will run out of gas. Then we'll release the balloon, and we will win.
Place your bets now.
Hey, you should make short comedies for them Globies, bro. We'll keep posting the clips and replay it.
Hey, Bob,
Tell you
where's
what,
my
yeah,
shoes?
Demo's got the
here.
perfect voiceover for it. Coming to a Globe Lab near you.
It's the hottest movie you'll ever touch with your eyes. It's the
What's going
loudest
on,
movie.
Samurai Jack? Samurai Jack, are you new? Welcome.
Hello, Samurai.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the biggest, smallest movie?
The biggest, smallest movie. Yeah, Titanic. Yeah.
No, Earth Curve. It's so small, but it's so big. It's right there. You can't touch it. So close. You can't feel it. You can feel it nowhere, but you know it everywhere. Earth Curve, the movie.
Okay.
Coming next Tuesday. It's the movie everybody's been waiting for. Where did gravity touch you?
I like to watch like John Wick, that kind of movie. Something action like Boom Boom.
Gravity never misses its target. It's always on point.
We will see you next Tuesday. Sincerely, the Globe.
So, do you think you live on a spinning ball, Samurai Jack?
Spinning ball. We are already living on a spinning ball.
What was that?
Cut that ball in half.
We are already living on a spinning ball.
You say very level on a spinning ball? Let
I
me turn you
said
up.
we are living on a spinning ball already.
Oh,
This planet is a spinning ball. Yeah,
gotcha. So you do think that we live on a spinning ball globe?
yeah, it's spherical but amazing.
Gravity. It's inside you. It's gonna touch you so hard and so soft. You won't feel it, but it's there. It's in your heart.
I feel it when I sleep with the woman.
Gravity is
I
in
feel
your
it.
butt. It's squeezing on your brain. It's pulling your hair right now, tugging you down. It's smacking you around and you don't know it, but you love it.
Trust
Gravity.
me. Trust me. When you sleep with a woman, you feel it. Yeah.
Have
Anyway,
you have you or anyone you know been pregnant by gravity? Call this number, because
you
gravity
may
might
be
be the
entitled to
father.
compensation.
Has
But
gravity made
Samurai,
you
Gravity,
baby?
do you
gravity
know?
injects sperm.
Did you say that you look at the sun and the moon and that's how you know that you're on a globe?
I look at a bird and I know I'm on a feather. How?
Gravity injects sperm.
Sorry, what was that, Samurai?
Sperm. You, you don't know sperm? Really?
What about the sun tells you that the Earth is a globe?
Look, UFO. We live on square cornered turd ball. Blinking light.
There are a lot of UFO in USA in Area 51. We should go catch it.
Does the sun talk to you?
Maybe get a little closer to your mic, if you could.
Yeah, tell us what the sun told you again, because I don't. Sometimes the sun will lie a little bit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm going to eat. I will join later, but I think it's a funny room. Yeah, I will join again. Yeah.
No,
All right,
it's
man.
not. The globe is funny. The globe is a comedy joke.
It's all
Yeah.
fun and game till you can't find the curve.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Samurai Jack, does it bother you that even though you think you live on a globe, nobody can measure that?
He took off, bro.
Ah,
Why do the astronauts on the moon look like why are they moving so slow?
You know they're going so fast.
I mean, everything's supposed to like weigh like a 6 or something, like less heavier, and there's less air resistance. So wouldn't you just be like, you just move your arm and you'd be like, whoa, that was easy, like really fast. They were moving around up there like they weighed like 500 pounds, you know. not that that even happened, but I was just thinking about that. Do you know how much the lunar lander weighed?
How much?
33,000 pounds.
No coincidence there.
Wow, really? Wow.
You're telling me 2 lawn chairs, 4 rubber, not rubber tires, and a couple of sticks weighed almost a ton and a half? Like,
I didn't know that. How constant, right? 33,000 pounds. Wow. The Earth's tilted on its axis 23.4 degree, right? Chasing the sun at 66,600 miles per hour. Wow. What a magic number.
is that with the lunar rover on it or without the lunar rover? How'd they get that thing on there
Hang
anyway?
on. There's that's just the lunar module. Wait, no. Yeah. The Apollo lunar module had 235 cubic feet of interior space for crew for a crew of 2 astronauts, weighing in at 330,000 pounds. 33,000 pounds, sorry.
Hey, what's been the hot topics then?
Space junks.
Space junks, yeah.
Oh, Angels has been around. I really think that's like a give up tactic. Why would you come in and say space junk every day?
Every
Because
day.
you can't find a curve. Can't find a curve here on the surface, so
Yeah, what an idiot. I was just watching Alan's presentation again on interferometry and the digital gyro. It's actually hilarious how the Globers have been using these claims as a globe proof. And it literally debunks the globe. But I'm only starting to realize it now.
They've got no motion.
Right, they've got no motion, and the only motion that seems to be, manipulatable is the observer's motion, and that is changing the fringe shift pattern. So that literally debunks the spinning Earth.
That's
hey,
why
so
proving motion is one of our best, I think. points.
Hey, which gyroscope that Bob Nodell used it in that documentary? Was it the fiber optic gyroscope, or was it a different one?
I think it was just the gyro, the digital gyro. So it's the same. I think it's basically the same. Please, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this whole digital gyro thing is the same as an interferometer. So the test that they're doing is basically the same as interferometry. So they're just detecting light split and then sent round 2 different tubes, and then measuring when they meet. But I believe this is the same thing as the Michelson-Morley experiment, basically, just on a different scale. So what they're doing is they're just detecting the speed of light. Is that correct? So yeah, what they're doing is what they found is that when they're changing the direction or relative motion, it's slightly changing the fringe shift. So Globus claim that there is a fringe shift anyway. Now that obviously is being proposed by the Witzig gang and stuff as the ether wind. But then when you change your relative motion, it affects the fringe shift pattern again. So there isn't a like reference frame of rotation that they're picking up. They're just picking up this wind, or this, this inconsistent wind, for example. I mean, someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm literally just learning this stuff at the moment.
It's pretty much my understanding as well.
So if you combine that with the fact that we've never been able to detect any sort of rotation, no Coriolis deflection, then what they're claiming is completely unfounded and is actually more of a proof of an ether wind, but definitely isn't 2 reference frames, because otherwise that relative motion thing wouldn't react like that. So in short, the same claims they're using to debunk, to try and prove their rotation, they're just, in my book, they're proving ether wind. Would you agree, Toro?
They don't even know tornadoes disprove a globe. Nobody knows the trouble of my IQ. It's so low, like a tornado won't go. Tornadoes won't go low. If a tornado comes, step 1, get out of the car. Go find a ditch. Lie down deep in the ditch as you can. Lay your body firm and flat. And hold on for dear life. And the tornado will fly over. It won't dip down. No dip correction. No dip angle for the tornado dangle. Tornadoes. Flat earthers for life. If the tornado comes, just hop in a dip. You'll be back in a jiff. So if you have a hill or something, you know what I mean? And you jump behind it, a tornado can't catch you. Well, how can a tornado go around a curve or around a ball if a tornado can't dip at all? Guys, you know that, right? Tornado comes. Big ass tornado. They're like, go jump in that ditch. And you get in the ditch, and the tornado goes over. It doesn't go down in the ditch. It doesn't go down under, it doesn't like follow topography of land. Tornadoes don't do that. They go across the land, or they might leave upward, but they don't go downward. like not like down below anything. They don't like drop down below a cliff and hit the bottom base. They don't like drop down into a Grand Canyon and start doing their thing. They'll go right over the top of it. You know what I'm saying, or does that not make sense? Anybody that knows about tornadoes?
It's not me.
I mean, I'm just saying that's in the brochure. Like, if there's a little ditch, a drainage, something, and a tornado's coming, you got to get down in it. So that means that the tornado will not come and dip down and get you. It has to go over you. And it has to be powerful enough to pull you from your spot, which they can, but yeah, somewhere's got to be the statistics about UFO, a tornado and what it does, and how if you're out in your car on the highway and the highway's above the ditch down over there, like the drainage ditch over to the right, and your highway's up in the air, like on the top of the hill, you want to get down below to the base of the hill and sit there and wait for the tornado to go over the top and pass. Yeah, I think it's just a known fact that they will not dip down. They don't dip down. So, like, if you have a curve and the tornado's flying, it's going to fly past it to space. It's not going to hit. It's not going to dip down. It couldn't. Can't dip down. Won't dip down. I mean, it just doesn't. Not that it couldn't. It just doesn't. Tornadoes usually get caused by flat land.
Somebody will just blame it on Coriolis. I figured I'd go ahead in before that one. But somebody will just blame Coriolis.
No, high to low. Hot to cold. No such thing as Coriolis. There's no Coriolis with wind. Who said that? No Coriolis in your bathtub. What the
Then I
hell?
could think of a bunch of other words that people invoke into these combos. You know, there's different. Everybody has here. Flat earthers can't be right about anything.
Nah, it's not a Coriolis. It's just front, back, left, right. How you want it, how it's going. Like if you roll a ball, it's not Coriolis which way you roll a ball down a hill. You know what I mean? If you put numbers on it and you just roll it, and you had all the sensors on all the numbers, and it just bounced and touched each sensor as it went. You know what I mean? It would show you, you know, how it went down. There'd be no. It's not no. And you cause the effect. You cause whatever that thing is. An effect is something that's not real. So the effect of gravity isn't real. The effect of Coriolis, a special effect. An effect is just a
Balls
thing.
shouldn't roll down hills. They should just stay where they are.
Right.
Being pulled down towards the center of gravity, right? Center of the mass.
Right. So they shouldn't roll down hills, but they do. But then also, balls pulled down to the center of mass. Attributes of things still would happen, even if you have a magnetic ball and ferrofluid, or you have magnets on it in some type of ferrofluid. The liquid is still going to react in ways or sorts of ways. Or if you had a magnetic helicopter flying over, the water's going to pull up to it too. So they can't be like mass attract mass and this and that, because you'll be the same as the moon, right? If you fly over a little bit of water, it would come up and touch you, right? if mass and mass. So the proportional amount of water to whatever mass you were flying above, that amount of water would follow you and be its wave, or you know, you'd be like the moon doing the same thing, a mass moving over the water. Yeah,
It
you could
just
literally
seems to
just
me like the mass, like once the masses join together, then they're not attracted to each other anymore, and they can like separate again. And then it's like, oh, we got to attract it again.
yeah, it's doing all the stuff all at once, everything the opposite of itself, but at the same time. Gravity is having a tug of war with itself, and it's winning.
Yeah. Well, if mass attracts mass, is a clump of dirt attracting itself?
No.
I think they mean mass attracts other mass, separate from itself.
Yeah,
But they
find
don't
your home,
specify that.
dirt. Find your mass, dirt. Go to your home ball. See a whole bunch of golf ball planet floating past. All masses of equal and opposite proportion will attract accordingly. Yeah, that's weird, right? If it's accordingly, then relatively speaking, all nails should be with nails. All golf balls should be up in the air, floating around in a golf ball planet. All that shit should be relative to the thing they are, mathematically proportionate to themselves in a bigger clump of themselves. Oh shit. Dropped on your head as a kid? Call this number. Gravity sucks. 155. That's right. Gravity sucks. Have you ever ridden in a helium balloon? Have you ever been on an airplane? Have you ever did anything that wasn't 9.8 meters per second squared? No more. No. We just need to go to that magic spot. The magic V. The magic V sauce. Where you release those two helium balloons as one little guy. And they both go different directions. Finally going to teach these globers a lesson about gravity.
The Mark, you're scaring all the globies out of here, bro.
Why?
Yeah, you keep making fun of them, bro. So they got scared. They ran away. They
Today
ran away
is gonna
straight line.
Today is gonna be the day that we prove the Earth's flat to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. And I don't believe that any glober can find the curve for you right now.
My mom.
And all the mirages that we see are blinding. The horizontals add up to remind me. There's no curve that they'd like to show to you, and they don't know how. Maybe horizontal isn't wavy. It's not a ball. No curve at all.
Hey, with that 15-degree per hour drift, right? So the globe believer, they said that that proved the Earth rotation, right? Right, the Mark?
15 degrees per hour adrift of what? What's drifting?
Exactly. So how the hell do they know the Earth's moving, not the sky's moving?
Well, how do they know it's just not the gyro?
You're right.
Today, it's gonna be a day that we bring it all flat to you.
They're like, but what made it do it? Why does it do that? Why does the pendulum do that? Why does the ball swing closer together?
Why does a ball swing on a string? Why does a torsion balance torsion? That's what the fuck it was made to do. That's what that thing does. It's a torsion balance to contortion. I don't trust any fucking thing that contorts. The thing that contorts isn't gravity fucking contorting. It's the thing called the contortion balance.
Yeah, isn't the torque bar to get more torque,
Yes.
more power?
The contour, yes, to go together, yes. Like a cow contour, motherfucker. Yes, that bar is to bend that way, to bend itself, to bring it back towards its like that. To contour the bar, yes. Flat earthers don't need the word con in any experiment we do. We don't need a contour or condor or a contemplate or a condominium. Or a concept, right? We've already had enough of their shit, the septicness. So then they feed us a concept and we eat it up. Isn't that crazy? They're literally feeding you shit. A concept means shit.
Sorry, it means what?
It means poop.
Oh, I thought you said
Septic tank.
ship.
No, shit.
Right.
The septic tank.
Yeah.
Conceptic. It's a conceptual, conceptic fucking thought. That means it's a shit thought. Shit idea. If they bring you a conceptic tank, I wouldn't want to get nothing out of there and drink it. Do the Globers want to drink some concepts? This language is a mug, bro. What you can do with it. Yeah, that torsion bar, that's just a whole other fucking David Copperfield cat toy trick in itself, yeah. Why would you need a torsion bar for something to go closer?
Well, what I'm saying is it shouldn't it should increase. Like if I were to just tap it, it should like increase and show more of a movement.
Oh no, hold on. You're right on the pendulum. The Cavendish experiment was the two balls on the torsion balance. The Foucault's hold on, man. Yeah. The one that Blue Marble set up at the college with the string and the thing, yeah, that one, if you ever do anything to that to show the precession, yes, you're right. It will react to that. But that's not really showing you precession Earth. That's showing you someone or moved a string, and the string's movement now is they're going to call the Earth because they moved the string. The Earth never did. That's the problem with that. The Earth has to start that fucking thing up. Same with the other one. The Earth has to start this up. You can't spin the torsion balance. You can't touch it. The Earth has to start it. The Earth has to make it do what it do. So if you touch that one, it's not, that one has to spin and do its thing or some other shit. Like, it's not just gonna sit there and do it. One was for density of something, which made no fucking sense. They were like, oh, if it's this dense, the Earth will pull down this hard. If it's this, I don't fucking know, man, what they're trying to get at. Really, to me, it makes no sense how you want to say, I can tell you the density of a planet. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. I don't even know how that could be in the book. How could that even be a thing? Like, the density of your planet? What does that even mean?
It just means mass divided by volume. So they have a guess for the mass, and they can figure out the volume.
Yeah, mass divided by volume of the Earth in your outhouse with two balls that aren't smart, that don't have pencil and paper or do math. That's real weird. That'd be really fucking weird to think that two balls are going to tell you what the Earth is and the mass and density of it without a calculation to start with.
Yeah, the calculation is the division.
No, it's two balls. They're going to say, hey, you guys, look at me. Look at me spin. So now definitely you're going to get all this information. You're going to get the weight of the Earth, the size, the density, the buoyant part of water. Like, you're going to get all this information. I didn't know cat toys were screens of numbers. I didn't know the pendulum was a data processor.
Those are used to make calculations. It's not a data processor. You're right.
Yeah, it's processing calculated data it's like a calculator, right? With a calculator, right? So if I put one on the top of my house and spin it, will it tell me the density of my home?
No, it will not.
Oh no, it can only tell density of the Earth. Can't tell density of no other object it's on. Fuck. Damn, I almost had you guys there. Woo! Good thing you had that excuse. This thing can't tell you the density of nothing but the planet. Go figure, man. What a great machine. It's pointless. What about the other one? Can it tell you the precession of your house? How about a little globe in a little room? How about if you got a little globe and a little cat toy and processed it on that little globe and put an outhouse on the little spinning ball? Then what do you think it would do if you had a camera facing it? Probably wouldn't do anything, you think, huh? See, if these guys really put these cat toys on a real ball, brother, then they'd be in for a big fucking show, wouldn't they?
Well, so for example, for Mars, the best guess is that its volume is about 1.63 kilometer cubed, and its mass is 6.4 times 10 to the 23 kilograms. You just divide that, and that's how you get the density of Mars.
What about the UFO? So I got a UFO floating out there.
UFOs don't exist.
What's the density of the UFO outside the government's got the photos of?
UFOs don't exist.
And my grandma and everybody else. Don't fucking tell me what don't exist. It's in a video and a picture, brother. Live. The people.
Yeah, those are like video artifacts.
No, what is the
Lots of
UFO density of the UFO, brother?
I
Damn.
have seen UFOs.
Yes. What is the density of the
Seen
UFO?
Do
It's
exist.
Same as the density of Santa Claus. Neither of them exist.
So you don't know what a UFO sun or star is or moon?
You've never seen a UFO.
Damn. I see UFOs every day. Well, they call one the sun. They call one the moon. Those are really UFO-ish. We should figure out the weight and density of those first, shouldn't we?
Yeah, the sun and the moon are not UFOs.
Yeah, they are. What are they? How can we make one from scratch right now? I want 10 of them. Magic Land comes. Here comes Lala Stories.
Wait, are unicorns UFOs? Because you can't make them.
Can you make a unicorn in a lab?
Nope.
You can't? Yeah, then it's a UFO. Unidentified object.
You don't see one in the sky, okay? You don't see a unicorn in the sky.
No, we don't. Matthew,
and it would be identified then if you did. You'd say, "Hey, that's a unicorn flying in the sky." You wouldn't say, "Holy shit, what is that?"
How can you call a unicorn